Welcome back to Better Horses Radio. I'm Dawn Dawson.
And I'm Ernie Rodina, and thanks, folks, for tuning in to us today. And we hope you tune in every week to Better Horses Radio.
And if you don't get to tune in on our live, go to our website, betterhorsesradio.com, click on our archive link, or go to betterhorsesclassifieds.com and click on it right there, too.
Way to listen to it. And
betterhorsesclassifieds.com and click on it right there, too.
Way to listen to it. And, folks, we got a lot of events going on there. Go to our calendar. We got a lot of neat things going on, and we want to hear from you also. If you got something going on, email us at Ernie at betterhorsesradio.com.
Or Dawn at betterhorsesradio.com.
Dawn, we got one of our guests we're lucky to have in the studio.
Yes.
And just a great guy. And I can't tell you how excited we are to be hooked up with Frank Dugan and Vettec. I tell you what, Frank, welcome to Better Horses Radio.
Thank you for having me.
You know, and I want to say something to our listeners out there, and we're happy to have, you're going to hear more and more about Vettec and the products they have, which, way to remember it is, tennis shoes for horses. And it's, I'll tell you what, I hear so many instances where you need to have some protection or way to help peel them back, and you sound like yours is the ticket to get done. And what's really neat is to hear the endorsers of the product. And welcome to Better Horses Radio.
Thank you very, very much. Pleasure to be here.
Tell our folks out there what Vettec is all about, the products.
Well, essentially, about 15 years ago, we developed a pretty unique chemistry that allowed us to bring different products to the equine industry. And basically two categories, Ernie. One is an adhesive, which we can use to actually create a horseshoe on a horse. And the others are different sole support products that actually bond to the hoof and go from liquid gel tennis shoes to a steel toe work boot, all depending on what the horse needs. What these products have done is give the hoof care professional options that they didn't have before with traditional shoeing methods, trimming methods, or just boot methods. So it just gives them, it opens up a whole new range of things that they can do to help a horse, either a sound horse perform better or a lame horse get back to soundness.
So what's your most popular product of what you have out there that maybe are most often used?
Probably our EquiPack. And as Ernie was saying earlier, that's kind of like liquid tennis shoes. I usually say liquid Nikes, but usually not on the air because then Nike gets upset. But that product, literally, it's a 30-second set. It's a liquid, comes out of the cartridge, about the consistency of a thick maple syrup. Shoot it into the foot, hold it for 30 seconds, you're done. And that generally stays into the foot, 6 to 8 weeks during a normal shoeing cycle.
Well, what I also liked about it as far as, it is like we were talking about trail riders, and how that would be handy to have some of this product on hand if they happen to throw a shoe out there. It's kind of like a spare tire.
It is. The EquiPack actually does need a shoe kind of in place to hold it, because even though it bonds to the foot, if you catch it at the toe without a shoe there, you might pull it out. For trail riders, probably another product to use would be our Sole Guard, and that's kind of like the flat tire. It was originally designed for use on barefoot or unshod feet to get about 3 weeks of riding out. You know, if you didn't want to deal with shoes, didn't want to deal with boots, putting them on the trail, things like that, this is a good spare tire. You know, that said, I've got endurance riders that use it, but they just want it to last one day.
Right.
I go back to October when I first met you,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking, well, what is this stuff this guy has out there? We were at the Family Center and doing an event.
Right.
And then what's really impressive is the farriers. Most all great farriers know about your product and use your product. You know, a lot of them use your product. And then to have some of the key veterinarians in the industry endorsing it, that's what got to make you feel great about the product.
It does. We've, as I said, it's been a pretty unique product, and the top end normally use it. The veterinary farriers were our first market. Veterinaries were kind of a secondary ones but their acceptance has been great.
But now you're finding it in the at the retail stores.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And so what I'm hoping is that our listeners out there that see where they could use a product like that is tell their local feed store, their local farm and home store about this product, because you've got nationwide, probably worldwide distribution.
Yes, we do. We are totally worldwide.
Yeah. For those that you just tune in, you listen to Better Horses Radio. I'm Ernie Rodina.
And I'm Dawn Dawson.
And we've got Frank Dugan on here with Vettec, just the Nikes or the tennis shoe for horses, and a great product. And one thing that went through my head is, what about the folks that might be suffering a quarter crack and how long that takes sometimes to heal? Right. This got to be a excellent Band-Aid or an excellent way to get by and not hold you back for much performance.
Exactly. I mean, the traditional way of fixing a quarter crack is to slap some glue on the outside of the hoof wall and hope it holds. Well, we've got a product that will help repair the crack, which is called Adhere. But of even greater value is to provide sole support, and that's where like the EquiPack or EquiBuild, EquiPack CS come into play, is that because it bonds to the foot, you can fill to ground level, which then distributes the weight off the wall and relaxes that crack in the hoof wall and allows that to grow together thicker, stronger, and faster.
Have more strength on the sole and everything else, taking some of that weight off of that wall.
It's essentially clean dirt. There's no rocks in it. It bonds to the foot. It brings the frog and the solar plane back into ground contact and allows the whole hoof to function again like normal.
Well, I was telling you earlier, our farrier used several of your products on our horses, and we've had real good luck with the EquiPack CS for thrush. We've had a couple horses that were real prone to thrush conditions, and we also had one that had a quarter crack issue, more from an injury that keeps that heel from growing correctly. It actually has a crack from the coronet band all the way down, and too much pressure on that back part of the hoof causes that to break apart. And so he was using, I'm not sure which one of your products, but he was using one of those to fill that and support that.
Yeah, it was probably the CS. It's an excellent product. It's our EquiPack CS with copper sulfate in it for the treatment of mild to moderate thrush. Mm-hmm. I'd like to tell your listeners that if they've got a really bad case of thrush where you've got a hole in the cleft of the frog or something, I would caution against using this, because this product, the CS, works by contact. And if you can't get in there and touch all the bacteria and you seal it off, could have more problems than you started
Excellent
with.
point.
Right.
Yeah. Excellent point. And I can't help thinking to our listeners out there, this needs to be in their part of their routine as far as to use this type of product, Vettec products and everything else like that. It's just unbelievable what you're doing. I can tell folks you can go to Vettec, VETTEC.com, or, just go to BetterHorsesRadio.com or BetterHorsesNetwork.com and click on the logo, and it'll take you right to your website.
Yeah, and the website is extremely friendly. It's got all our videos on there. It's got, ask for a dealer location, ask for technical help. It's very interactive.
Now, not too long ago, we had Dr. Freeze on here, and we were talking about foals and correcting foals conformation in feet at a certain age, and when you can and can't do it. And I noticed that you have is it the Adhere product that you would use if you have issues like that maybe going on?
You could. The product of choice really is our Super Fast. The Super Fast is just, as its name implies, a faster setting adhesive. And that's used for foal extensions or making a whole temporary shoe on a full-grown horse, say for a laminitic founder case where they won't take the concussion of banging on a shoe. But what's nice about the Super Fast for the foal extension is that it's custom. There are foal cuffs on the market that you can buy and glue on, but the Super Fast allows you to customize it. Raise heel, angle, medial, lateral, support. It's a better all-around solution for the foal.
So for vets and farriers out there that are not familiar with your product, that could be so beneficial right there for them in helping make adjustments.
Absolutely, yes.
And you see, I can't help thinking that most vets know about this product. I mean, not vets, but farriers.
Yep, most farriers do. We've got a very good awareness in that crowd, and the equine vets are pretty well versed in our products.
If you got a horse and you kind of covered on it, has navicular per se or heel pain,
right.
What would be the product of choice on that?
It's going to depend on each horse. As you know, each horse can stand a certain amount of support. Probably our newest product, which would be Equipack Soft, and that truly is like a gel, but that needs a pad because it's so soft.
Okay.
But for heel sore horses or horses with navicular, it's an excellent product.
Well, I can't help thinking that's going to be a great product. So, and I was going to ask you had those DVDs. Are those available to the public?
Those are available and free. They can just go to your website, click on our logo, or go to our website.
Or come to a Better Horses event at our trailer, and we'll have those DVDs there.
Yes.
But, folks, it's a great product. And if you haven't heard about it, and we are so excited to have Vettec be part of their team as well as they're part of our team, because it's a great product endorsed by the best when it comes to farriers and veterinarians, and it will keep your horse in commission. I think that's a good way to do it.
I think, too, yeah.
On that. So we appreciate you being a guest today on Better Horses Radio, and want you to stick around and interact with us and everything like that. And we don't want you to be a stranger to Better Horses.
No, it's been fun.
We'll have lots
really
more questions for you down the line.
And they can ask questions on your website.
Oh, absolutely.
Go to Vettec, VETTEC.com. Ask questions on there, and you can get their video and everything like that, and make sure your farrier knows about it.